Right. As you remember last week, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right. So as you remember, for those who have attended and those who have watched the recordings, we were discussing, or we are trying to derive our definition for research. What is research? And somebody will say research like this, and so on. And I think we started from something very very rough idea about research, and we have got zoomed in on the 5 possible candidates here from your class. Oh no, 6, 6. Actually 6 here, right? So now I would open again for discussion, and as I said, you are encouraged to speak up, right? About this, when asked to speak up, you are very much encouraged to speak up, to put all your opinions and argue your position and so on. So as I said, this is part of the training itself, because otherwise I can just say research is this, right? And then I just give you blah 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 blah, all my slides I share with you and so on. But that's not the way I teach for many years. I don't do that. I don't just spoon feed you with things, or just pour everything for you just to absorb. But my class is all mainly we try to encourage discussions. Yeah. So like this, you are deriving your own definition of research as a class. So now we start from where we left last time. Last time we had 4 final candidates that you voted. Yeah? Research is a systematic scientific experimental study to achieve novel conclusion for continuous improvement and knowledge. And the words are almost similar. The second definition given by another person, research is scientific process of a certain topic, trying to understand it from what others have developed by collecting information, then analyzing it in order to come up with new conclusions or solve a problem. So you see some similarities and differences between these two. And so we go to the third one, research is systematic process. Here is scientific process. Here is scientific study. Here is systematic process to solve the current problem with the new theories of solution through scientific methods for a new and repeated topic to provide the novelty of knowledge in the related field. And then this one, research is a careful study using scientific methods that can describe and observe the world phenomena or improve an existing application. Number 5, research is systematic scientific experimental study process to solve a particular problem, establish new conclusion for further improvement of knowledge. And number 6, research is systematic process by scientific method to solve problem which create a novel solution that contribute new findings and knowledge. So with all these definitions, we need to come up with only one. Okay, you can decide that by saying that we like number 2. Okay, so everybody say this number 2 is your agreed class definition, or you say no, you don't agree, then you need to come up until your class can agree on one. So I open now for comments, discussion, suggestions. What to do with this? We need only to have one. You cannot have 6. So which one is your choice? Right, go ahead. Abu Bakar.
Prof, what I understand, are we going to come up from this one out of these 6, or you are going to give your own different definition of research?
No. I don't have a definition. I want your definition. What is the class definition? What's your agreed definition?
Okay, out of these 6.
Of course, it should be based on these 6. You cannot go out of this.
Okay, I understand now. I understand.
Because this 6 is what you already agreed that these are in fact, what I think the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, you voted during the process that these are potentially good definitions, but still we have not agreed on only one.
Okay.
And we cannot move until you have only one.
Let me see 4, 5, 6, 5 and 6.
I already shared this in group, so, and also in the Google Drive, so you should have look at it. And I thought today you already agreed that this maybe you discuss in the group and so on that
Prop,
you agree.
Prop, this issue of this research, I have something. This scientific word, because what I believe is a method of exploring precise area of focus, but why each this one, this scientific? Because somebody from managerial side how can he define research as a scientific word, using scientific word?
You see, all of at least the four or the five
has scientific.
Everybody has scientific, yeah.
Yes, so that's
So
scientific. Why that's
so that
scientific?
means so you do not know why it is. So anybody want to explain that? What do you mean by research must be scientific? The class, those who before this, those who actually made the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mohammed?
Yeah, so we are here mainly for publication and research related to publication. So it's mostly scientific based on experimentation, different than the other type of research when it's not based. Like all our research will be based on experimental and other people publications, and it's all under engineering or science or technology. That's completely different than the humanitarian type of research.
Okay. So you think that scientific is because we do experiments, or because we are doing science and technology, or both?
Well, it's both because it's a science and technology field, and we based it all of it into observation of experimental stuff.
Okay. Anybody disagree with that or agree with that? Please add on.
Sorry, Prof. What's the question actually?
Abud? Abud?
I'm Bharathan.
Yeah, Doctor. Actually, for the in the beginning is for scientific because we want to differentiate between like another type of writing up. For example, like how can we differentiate between newspaper articles and our science article? So it has to be scientific. But what I disagree with is experimental.
Still, sorry, just a moment. So you
Yeah.
say that you scientific means not newspaper writing. So what do you mean by scientific?
Yeah, scientific is a systematic procedures. Actually, it's based on phenomena, natural phenomena, and it goes through valid questions and then observations, collecting data, or sometimes is because I will go to another point, which I disagree to limit the word of research to experimental, because we have human, for example, we have human studies. Some of human studies, they are not undergo to experimental. So if we say is experimental, so then we are excluding a big part of research. So the research is a systematic procedures. It comes out because of natural phenomena or applications of technology we are living, or we are, it goes through this valid questions. So then it will be under observations until we came out to the conclusion through a procedures. Otherwise,
so that's scientific.
yeah, scientific.
That is what is meant by scientific.
Yes.
And not necessarily science and technology.
Science and technology is bad. What I mean that science.
No. What I mean is that when you say just now, scientific means you based on observation, based on measurement, based on, and finally you analyze and get the conclusion. So that is what you call as scientific, right?
Yes.
Right. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it mean that when you say the word scientific, it doesn't mean like I think Abu Bakar earlier said that it is something to do with science and technology field. Yeah.
No, that
Yeah, Prof.
that very narrowed the definition of research.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Prof. What I understand, it's just like a systematic approach
True.
to based on scientific methods.
Okay.
That's what I understand. Just like
Sorry.
the definition
Sorry.
based on what I understand is that the definition is relies based on systematic approach on by using scientific methods.
Okay.
Because
So
Yes.
somebody from
scientific.
management, yeah,
The
somebody
thing
from
now I
management.
want. Okay. The point I want to stress is that we must understand because scientific appears every year. So we want everybody to understand what scientific means.
Okay.
So I think like as explained just now by about scientific means that. Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
Everybody agree that that's what is meant by scientific. Not necessarily it is science and technology research.
Yes.
Research is a
yeah,
scientific means science technology, yeah? Because
yeah,
humanities can also be scientific, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Oh,
if they do the process like just now, based on observation of
yes,
phenomena and do proper analysis and
yes,
so on,
yes, yes, yes.
then it is
Like,
also a scientific study. So I think that's the
Yes.
first point that very important for us to realize that when we say that research is scientific, it means that that's a process there.
Yes.
Okay. I saw somebody raising hands. Oh, Amino?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just want to ask what's the question actually? Is it the definition of scientific?
Yeah, that was the one being discussed just now.
Okay. I think scientific encompasses all thing like you said, science and technology and all that, because for example, all research have methodology, right? Way of proving your point, right? So even if like humanitarian science, for example, you use survey, right? That's a collection of what we call a raw data. Even data we have a job we call like data scientist, right? So in that sense, it's a human sign, right? So I think even if it's survey is also can be considered a scientific process. Yeah.
Okay. So now we agree that scientific does not mean it is a science and technology field. Okay,
Yes.
that's what we want to stress.
Mm.
Scientific is more of the nature of doing the work, how we the process of doing work itself. It's a
Yes.
scientific process. So
Yes.
that second definition here, scientific process is the correct way. It's a scientific process. So not scientific
True.
experimental study. And as said earlier, not necessarily we involve in experiment. Maybe we use CFD or it's not
Yes.
experiment. It's just a numerical method. We use all the equations and everything. So it's not really experimenting. So experimental is not part of the keyword. But scientific process, yes. Okay. Anything else? So research is a scientific process. It looks okay now. What else
Yes.
to be added so that you become a proper definition? So you try to combine all this. Can we start with research is a scientific process? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now what's the next words that you feel that's so important to be added on
Prof,
the yeah.
it's Hafiz here.
Who?
Hafizuddin.
Hafiz, yes. Yeah.
Maybe we can add that systematic word besides the scientific process, making it as a research is a scientific and systematic process. Because systematic means we do it like one by one, having a step-by-step process, right? So just like how we are doing a research, then just like that we do that systematically, is it?
Okay. I open to the to your group, because you see that research is systematic scientific is already here.
Oh,
Research scientific process here. Here research is systematic process. Here careful study of scientific method. So I'm putting a new definition here in red. Okay. So this systematic, do you agree? Anybody disagree to put systematic there? Anybody agree or
Yes.
with
Prof.
Hafiz?
I think
I agree.
Chen. Okay, Chen first.
Yeah, sorry, Prof. Yeah, I do agree that systematic has to be included because the process, example, we need to have we need to develop the problems,
All right.
and we have to follow data collections, analyzing, and investigations of data. That's why I say systematic has to be included in the definitions.
All right, good.
Yeah, Prof. Prof.
Chen, okay. Who?
Abud.
Abud, okay, Abud.
Yeah, I think Prof, I disagree because scientific it defines itself scientific. It defines itself as systematic. Otherwise, it's not scientific. So just
okay.
we are adding something which is already under the definition of scientific.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nuris, want to say something?
Yes, Prof. Actually, from my point of view, research is a scientific study, but using a systematic process, because why we call it a scientific study, because if you want to study a thing, you must go through a series of data collecting, informations, collections, right? So it's actually a very scientific. You are not merely you're not merely hearing things without recording or anything, or you're not merely you just write, or you didn't analyze. It is a scientific study, but you need to put it in a systematic approach. You have to have some kind of. So I believe I did write I did write my I did listen to the lecture last week, and I did come up with my definition of research. And so I like to propose as research is a scientific study using a systematic process to solve problems and find novel solutions through defined methodologies.
No. Wait for the next one. I don't want to get the full.
Right, sure.
Okay,
So for me,
just the word, the systematic here.
Systematic would be for processes.
Okay. So is that systematic scientific process?
For me, from my point of view, it should be scientific study through systematic process.
Research is a scientific study through a systematic process. Okay. Thank you. Anybody else has any opinion on this? So far, we see that one suggestion, so two suggestions is saying, okay, systematic is good. Some say systematic is already inside the scientific process. Another will say that it should be scientific study with systematic process. Yeah, any other views?
Well, sir.
Yes, sir.
This
Here,
is Song. Can I say something?
Who? Shuang.
Song. Yeah.
Okay, Shuang. What you want to say?
Okay. I think research is a purpose for human activity. I don't think research should place too many restrictions on him. We find the solution to problem often lies not in the system, but out in
No. I don't want you to give another definition. We have discussed that definition last week, okay? So now we are just coming up with step by step, trying to analyze all these keywords from your definition that you have decided and see where to put this, okay? So this systematic, is it okay to be there or not? That's the question. Do you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep.
I think it is necessary to put systematic in the definition of research because it highlights that a procedure is being standardized to ensure that if there's any sort of future research that needs to be done in order for them to replicate the result, they can literally follow it step by step. So I think systematic that is necessary in a way.
So it is slightly different from scientific. Scientific is not good enough to convey what you said just now.
I think systematic highlights more on the approach, just like what Nuris is saying, rather than it being scientific. So it's kind of like it has a section where it overlaps with scientific, but not necessarily be a separate thing.
Okay. Maybe something like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to understand what you say. As I said, I don't want to give my own definition. I want you to derive your own definition with understanding why it is like this. And of course, you go to the internet, you find there's a lot of definitions, but you don't understand every one of them and why it is like that. So now, maybe is this something like better? Research is scientific study using or something like that, based on or something
using
like
or through systematic approach or procedure.
Okay.
Through a systematic.
Through systematic approach.
Procedure.
Okay. All right.
Approach, yeah.
Okay. Anybody has comment on this? Because I'm trying to understand your thinking as a class, and I just put down and see whether this is acceptable to you. Yeah. Who?
Hello, Prof.
Yeah, Abu Bakar.
Yes, you know, the systematic scientific process and that of scientific process, two things. That is, one is method approach. Another one is logical approach. So I'm confused there. Because when you say systematic process, systematic scientific process, you are talking about the methodological approach. But when you say systematic process, you are talking of logical, like you are talking of logical approach of research. So I'm confused.
Anybody else? Anybody want to comment on that?
Yes.
I don't quite understand what you meant. Yeah.
Excuse me.
What I mean,
Prof, I think I understand what he's saying. He's saying that systematic is some kind of logical approach. Means it doesn't use any mathematical formulas or anything, right? But we must understand that systematic is the way to do things. You don't. It didn't mean that you need to make a formula out of it. No, it's just like a framework. When you do study, there are studies that you have results in numbers, but there are some that where you just have frameworks, method of doing things. So I believe systematic for Abu Bakar, the one that you said just now, logical or mathematical. Logical approach as in you have to do in a proper manner. That's all. If you can get what I say lah.
Prof.
Yeah, Abu.
Yeah, Prof, yes. Actually, if like that, we have to define what is scientific. Because for me, as I said, when you say scientific, it's basically you are talking about systematic procedures and approach. Otherwise, what can when we can say it's not scientific? when there's no any systematic procedures, when there's no any systematic approach. That's it. You know, as I feel like you are defining it just
right.
yeah.
So
Define
so you feel that this is like or superfluous in the sense that you try to set to something extra, no? Something extra.
Yeah. I'm saying
okay.
because when you tell me scientific history, I know I have a systematic approach. I have to start by know what is the problem statement, what the method of doing the research. There's the type of methods, and then so that's all systematic, which is part of the definition of scientific.
Hi, Abad.
Okay.
Hi, Abad.
Yeah.
Do you mean it's redundant?
Who?
Amirul.
Amirul.
Do
Okay.
you mean the definition is redundant?
The true systematic approach. I think what Abad said just now is true approach is something superfluous, redundant or extra. That's no need because it's already included inside the scientific.
Yeah. If I think redundant, basically just choose one. I think.
Yes.
No. Systematic cannot replace scientific because scientific is
abroad, much wider.
Yeah, much wider.
Prof,
systematic.
Can I say something?
Scientific part should be systematic. Systematic, not totally scientific. Yeah, I think that's what we can understand.
Prof, can I say something?
Yep.
Prof.
Fred. Fred. Okay.
Once again, good morning, sir.
Morning.
I would like to pay attention to we're talking about scientific and systematic, but from the definition I can see here, I personally can see a process attached to scientific. If we say scientific process, a scientific process, as I'm trying to add, I'm trying to contribute to what one of our students said concerning scientific and systematic being the same. If you combine process to scientific, that equals to systematic from my own point of view. A scientific process is automatically systematic. So if we say a research is a scientific process, I believe the two words combined together means systematic in a way, because a scientific process follows a systematic procedure. So what we are looking at, what we're actually discussing is if scientific and systematic are the same. But what I'm seeing here is scientific process being the same as systematic and not just scientific.
Okay, right. Thank you, Fred. Now, basically, you agree on this one, no problem. Okay, the whole class. But here you have maybe study process, maybe something, or true systematic. You're not sure yet. Okay, can I just leave this thing here? We go to the next part. Okay, say if it is research is scientific study or scientific process through systematic. Okay, say we agree to that. Say when I put in here, it means it's not finalized. When I put in the square bracket. What next after this? Research is a scientific process. Say, for example, you disagree with all the thing in the box. Research is scientific process, and then what? When you go here, in terms is to achieve novel conclusion.
Objective.
Objective. Of a certain topic, trying to understand for what others have developed by collecting it. Here it says to solve current problem with the new theory solution through scientific method for new repeated topic. Research is using scientific method that can describe and observe world phenomenon or improve existing application. Here, to solve a particular problem and establish new conclusion for further improvement of knowledge. Here, to solve problem with create novel solution that contribute new findings and knowledge. So it must be something like to, right? To do something. What is it?
Both.
And do you want to suggest something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chen.
Yeah, Albert. Chen. Okay, Chen.
Yeah. So sorry, Paul. Yeah. So to me, the aim of the research is to develop, could be fundamental knowledge, and also solution. To develop fundamental knowledge.
Fundamental knowledge
and solutions for a given problems. For a given problem. For a given problem. Yeah.
For a given, for the given?
For a given problem. Yeah.
A given problem. Okay, a given. Okay. Right. So this is a proposal from Chen for the class to adopt based on the understanding of all this. It's not something new. It's coming from here. Okay, coming from all this, and that's what Chen is suggesting that we adopt as our class. So to develop fundamental knowledge. Now I open for comments, questions. Can I suggest those who have not spoken, please say something? Okay, those who have spoken, please keep quiet. All right? You are not allowed to say anything. I want to hear from people who have not spoken. So please speak before I
May I
call
add
your name.
something, Doctor?
Who is that? Hisham. Yeah, Hisham, please.
So just now we all decided about the word scientific, but we're still deciding about the systematic approach. And then we
No. We don't want to discuss this first part.
Yeah, yeah.
I want
And
to
then
discuss only
then
to
we
develop
moving
fundamental knowledge. Yeah.
to the next part, fundamental knowledge. We can see that all definitions that aim to contribute to the knowledge and or problem solving.
We cannot hear you properly, Hisham. I think I don't know what others, but I barely hear what you say. What others? Others can is it my computer or what?
Hisham is breaking.
Breaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you try again, Hisham? Maybe somehow. Is it your internet or your microphone? Hisham?
Now that it's okay. I think my internet.
Dia apa ni tenggelam timbul ke? That's a bit difficult. You try to adjust your technical. Others who have not spoken, please show yourself.
Now, Doctor, is it okay?
Siapa Hanif ke?
Yeah, Hanif.
Hanif, okay.
So for me, I think I can agree with Chen's idea to develop the word develop itself. I think is good because there we are based on something that's already already there, and then we try to develop a new fundamental knowledge, and then anything that we have already, everything is we can say that have a way to improve or a way to solve. So the fundamental knowledge and the solution means to develop this both two is I think a great word for to define the research, I think.
Okay. So you say that there's no need to change anything from what Chen has suggested here.
For now, yes, I
anything
think
to change?
For now, I think it's a really a good word to put to define the research.
Okay. Right. What about others?
Professor?
Those who have not spoken, yeah? Okay, Dong.
I think fundamental knowledge are related, and the fundamental research together provide support for solving new problem. It doesn't exist independently.
So I don't quite understand that. Anybody wants to explain what Dong said? If you understand. Anybody have this open to even people who have spoken before? Okay.
Teacher,
what did Dong say?
I speak again. I think the research doesn't exist independently. I think it's including many aspects of technology. They are related, and together provide support of solving new problem.
Still, I can't catch what do you mean? Anybody catch what's actually the part that Dong was saying? I think something like something about independent.
Can you hear me?
I think so he's referring to the word scientific there. It already encompasses everything that is pretty much being mentioned within that entire sentence afterwards. I think that's what he
I
tries
see.
to highlight, but maybe I'm not too sure.
Okay, that is a possibility. So with some sort like loss in the translation or in communication. But it's okay. We take note. And anybody else want to say something? Especially those who have not spoken. Afiq, are you in here?
Yes, Prof.
Yes. I have not heard from you.
Okay, I
What
think
do you think about to develop fundamental knowledge solution? Is there any comment? Is that you're okay with it?
I quite disagree with to develop fundamental knowledge because I think research is a scientific study to find new conclusion, because from the new conclusion we can have the knowledge and solution as well, because we conduct research from our research question. So to solve the question, we can have a solution from the conclusion as well. So I think to find a new conclusion is more suitable.
To find new conclusion. So you say here, instead of to develop fundamental knowledge, is to find new conclusion. Is that what you mean?
Yes, to find new conclusion.
Okay, because I can accept that. I leave it to the class, This is class definition. So I put again in square bracket because I'm not sure whether you agree. So we are talking about fundamental knowledge first. Is it to find new conclusion or to develop fundamental knowledge? So I open again for class. Those who have not spoken, please, Baraton and who else? Baraton, yes. Yeah. You're muted or something? We cannot hear you.
Sorry, Professor. I was muted. So I think that to find new conclusion that is given is already at the second part of the sentence. Solution for a given problem.
Okay. So there's no need to find new conclusion.
Is my line breaking?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it's actually he already given the find new conclusion, which is better. But the find new conclusion is already at the solution part. So it's like we find the solution like for an existing problem, and also like finding a new conclusion for a topic that we haven't discovered yet. So it's like both like let's say there is study A and study B. Study A is we haven't discovered yet, and then study B is like engineering topics. So study A is like physics topic. For physics topics, we find new conclusion. For an existing topic like study B, we are finding solutions.
Okay. Still, we need to have only one. How to modify
I
this?
would like to propose like to develop fundamentals and solution for a given problem, as well as find new conclusions.
Okay, so that means that you find your conclusion here. I think that it should be at the end here.
Yeah, and at the end. Yeah.
Okay, I just put again. And find new conclusion. Is that right? Is that what you mean?
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
All right. Please, class, you must really think. What I'm asking you is not something out of the, why is this professor is asking me to discuss something very, very philosophical. And of course, the thing is, you have done your research in your bachelor, if you are doing MPhil now, and in your master's. What did you do in your master's? Will this definition fit into your research previously in your bachelor and also your master's? Okay, and also you have done your proposal for registering for the class for the program that you're doing. You're doing MPhil, you're doing PhD. You have done your small proposal. So will this definition fit into your previous research and your future research, and also other people's research that you have read? So that's what we are looking for. So that what we want to do is, if you understand this properly, then when you do your research, you have that guiding light, okay, in front of you, that oh, this is what research is. This is what research is. If I do something else, it's not research. So that's why I want you to really understand and take good grasp of what we meant by research. Right.
Oh,
Okay.
let me interrupt.
Yeah.
Notice here. Why
Okay.
don't we change the word "and" to "or"? Then we get everything.
Oh, say
To
this one here.
develop, to develop the fundamental knowledge or find new conclusions. No, 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 no.
Okay.
The first one, the word after knowledge.
Huh? Oh, ni. Okay.
Yang
This
tu.
is all.
Or.
This one is N.
No, no, no. That one is just find new conclusions is actually same as solutions, right? Kan?
I don't know. You decide. The class need to decide. I've not heard from. I'm looking at the list of students. Those that I've not heard, I would like to hear from them. Hafiza, Chua, and Mio, and Nurajana, please. You have to contribute to this.
I'm Shuang.
Shuang, yes.
I'm agreed with other classmates' advice. I think research is a positive understanding and exploration of nature.
Understanding?
I think research is a positive understanding and exploration of nature.
Where is this? There's nothing here about that. We don't want to bring something outside, no? We want to bring something from inside here.
Research sometimes just be understanding to the nature.
Understanding?
Understanding to the nature.
Understanding literature?
Yeah.
Where do you want to put that inside this definition?
The nature, 自然, nature.
Prof, he's saying nature.
Nature.
Nature, understanding nature.
Yeah, understand nature.
How do you put this inside here? We just want to focus on here based on whatever that you have already decided. We don't want to bring something outside, completely outside. We just want to use these keywords that is already that you have already long process that we come up with these six, right? So based on this, we just want to rewrite it such that we have a proper definition, one definition that you can agree upon. Okay, I just want to see here. You say here, novel knowledge. These are keywords. Here, new. Here is a new novelty of knowledge. Here we have improve
Keywords
of knowledge
is
and novel solutions, new findings and knowledge. So how do you incorporate that inside here? The new thing, except find new conclusions. But here you're talking about new conclusion. Here, knowledge. Here, novel. So how do you incorporate that inside this? I don't see that novel or new knowledge or okay. Those who have not spoken. Hang on.
Good morning, Prof. I'm Prof.
Nurjana.
Prof, Mio here.
Nuraina. Yeah, okay, Chua.
I think I agree for the develop fundamental knowledge, but I have like a suggestion for the word fundamental. I think fundamental is like the from my opinion, the fundamental for the word is more to the like pioneer or primarily rules for the knowledge. Instead using the fundamental, maybe can change to like the from the others word from the this those definition like novel of the knowledge or novelty of the knowledge, and for the behind or the solution for the given problem and find new conclusion. I think this is I agree with the sentence.
Right. So your question, your suggestion is fundamental is not good, yeah? So better to put something.
Better to put something like the novel or novelty for the knowledge instead of the fundamental.
Novelty knowledge is not the right word. What do you mean by novelty? What do you understand by novelty, Chua?
Novelty maybe some through the research we found the knowledge something original or something new based on the fundamental from the previous research.
Original.
Original
New.
or new. Yes. Instead of the fundamental, because for the research not necessarily every researcher need to develop the fundamental, which is very like primary rules from the knowledge. So that's instead of the fundamental, I think the novelty or original or new from the fundamental knowledge is I think more suitable for the word. And I think that's all. Thank you for my
Original is not mentioned in privilege, so I think I reject the privilege. It's either new or novel,
new or novel.
Okay. Novelty, novel knowledge, not novelty knowledge, novel knowledge.
Novel knowledge.
Okay. Either novel knowledge or new knowledge. That's suggestion from Chua. Now, who else? Come on, Nurujana, are you here?
Hello, Prof.
Yeah.
Hafiza here.
Hafiza, okay.
Okay, I think I agree with the segment because research isn't just about solving immediate problems. It can also aim to develop new theories and explanations. And it can challenge existing knowledge and propose new frameworks for understanding the world. So I think I agree with this statement.
Which statement?
To develop new knowledge.
Develop new knowledge. Okay. What about others? Who else not spoken? So Hafiza spoken. Okay. Come on. Nurul Aina ni ada dalam kelas ke? Nurul Jannah? Oh, they are asleep already. Mio. Okay, Mio.
Doctor, Prof.
Yep.
Okay, regarding on the statement on to develop fundamental, is it okay for us to change to understand fundamentals?
I don't know. Why? I don't know. This you are putting another word instead of trying to remove. If possible, we want to remove. Yeah. I think you have already a very long thing. So between develop to understand. Fundamental. So you see, you have a lot of brackets here. We want to remove, if possible, many of these brackets.
I prefer understanding fundamentals, and to find new conclusion for me is on a notch. I mean, it's okay to find new conclusion. I agree with that.
Yeah, but is it here new novel knowledge? What do you think? Is it fundamental knowledge or new novel knowledge? Because here it's either fundamental knowledge or new knowledge. all research must have fundamental knowledge? I mean, we'll come up with understand fundamental knowledge or develop fundamental knowledge, or not necessarily?
Not necessarily.
Because we want a definition that is applicable to every research. That's why we remove experimental, for example. We don't like experimental because not research is everything is experimental. Still, I'm opening to people who have not spoken. I call again those who have not spoken. Tadi siapa tadi? Duru Jana dengan Ron Nuraina have not spoken. So I assume that you are not here. I'll note as not present, absent. Okay. Right. Now we open to anybody who wants to say anything. Okay. That means people have spoken before, also can say. Okay, Muhammad Hanif.
Yes. Actually, just now the understand.
The effort now is basically to remove, if possible, we want to remove the square bracket. That means we delete some words that we say for sure is not to be here. Okay.
Okay. For me, one word that understand. Either understand and develop. For me, develop is more appropriate because most of the research is to develop, not just to understand and then stop there. Most of the research is starting from the fundamental, and then at the end you can see the future. I mean the future scope or what they want to further study. So that means not just understand that part, but to develop more and continue the study.
Okay. Understand one person suggested. Okay. Can we anybody agree that understand should be here?
I
Yes.
think it's Hafiz here.
Sorry?
It's Hafiz here. So, Prof, I think I would like to suggest that we couldn't remove that understand word because there are some research that we are just doing it to understand what is actually happening to the real world phenomenon, like when we do something like CFD to learn about the airflow behind the aircraft or something. There are some research that we are just doing just to understand why the phenomenon is happening like that. So there are some research is just stuck until the understanding stage, and there are some research that are move forward to develop something new. So I am not sure whether it is appropriate to just remove the understand word.
Okay. Anybody else has opinion on that? Mio.
Prof, okay, regarding on the understand, the word of the understand, for me, why we did literature review, it's very much to understand our whole title, right? So I think, yeah, I understand is a strong word. I would say that. I don't know.
The thing is, you say that we want to see the end product. And why we do research, not the process. Process, of course, along the way we need to understand. We need to understand. We need to collect. And then you want to collect information. You want to read the literature. You know, the research is to collect data, is to analyze data. You know, because that is a process. The literature review is a process. In the research process, you must do literature review. So you cannot say that. But we want to say is at the end of your research, what is it at the end of it? So that's why that agreement, the argument to say that you understand literature review because that you put understand here is not right. Okay. Anybody else has a comment on that? Please, those who have spoken before also open now, free for all.
Prof.
Chua?
I'm Hafiz here.
Chua first.
Okay. Prof, I think the understand word, for my opinion, is maybe can be removed because for the understanding for the fundamentals, I think for the process and study, it already include the understand during doing the research. So as per you say just now, so for the last the result is for the develop, maybe develop is more appropriate for the definition, because after doing finish the research, we can get something new from the to develop the knowledge. So I think that the develop word of the develop is more appropriate for the definition instead of the understanding.
Okay.
Yes.
Anybody else? Any supporting either develop or understand? You remove one of them or something?
I think understand is okay.
Who's speaking? Okay, I think you better raise your hand then. Okay, Muhammad, okay.
Okay, so two things. First, research here is not like a Google search. So we Google search for understanding, but research here is mainly for publications. And the nearest thing to the word understand is to drive a new conclusion. Because it's not to understand, it's to do a review paper to see what people already did in the past, to drive a new conclusion, and then you start building your own finding a solution. So it's even, and the word to in the definition, to means the objective. So the objective is not to understand, the objective is to even find a new conclusion based on a review paper, was based on other people research, to collect it in one bigger research with a more broad conclusion. And the other option is to demonstrate a result of my experiment, or as a new solution, and it's provide a solution. So not to understand the word understand and fundamentals, it's quite, both of them are quite not part of the definition here, because we are not talking about research in general. We are talking about the research that will be meant for a publication, to be given to the public people as our research. Not research to understand ourselves, like a Google search to understand the fundamentals of mechanics or fluid mechanics and stuff. That's my opinion.
Okay.
One more thing on the side, you mentioned before that I am joining from my mobile. It's my iPad. That's why I think it shows.
Oh, okay, all right, good.
Sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. So to understand, can we do understand, or still strong support for understand, because you are
me
many here. Yeah. No, I mean no, the class. Can we remove?
So can we remove the word understand and fundamental both? Because I think the aim of a research is to somehow contribute a little bit, or to fill in the gap of a certain knowledge or a certain research. So it doesn't necessarily have to be fundamental in a way it is a breakthrough, such as if we try and figure out a whole new physics concept, but rather we are trying to fill in or add on whatever knowledge that we have already discovered. So we just improve whatever we have, even if it's tiny, it's still novel. So I think it's more relevant to have developed novel knowledge rather than understanding a fundamental knowledge. At least that's my opinion.
Okay. Abud?
I agree with that.
Yes, you can go, sister, if you want to comment. Sister Norris.
Norris.
Okay, I just like to say I agree with that. We just take out the understanding and the fundamental.
So you also agree that understand and fundamental is not necessary here?
Yes, correct.
I think fundamental is okay.
Yeah, first of all, Doctor, I want to agree with Norris when she add or means to develop, or so to differentiate between the two processes. When she add or solutions, so I agree on that. The second is I also agree that for example, to develop precise knowledge is not just fundamental; it's a precise knowledge for a raised problem, whatever is the problem. So it should be a precise knowledge. We are looking for a precise knowledge. Is it a fundamental for a new type of area, or is it a continuous scientific work? So both of it should be precise. So what I suggest to develop precise knowledge.
You're adding a new word. I'm trying to reduce the number of words.
Because
is precise really necessary? We forget about precise first. We talk about understand and fundamental. Shall we remove it or not?
Yeah, I think no necessary there. And
Okay.
also, Doctor, I have
Is there any big opposition from the class if we remove these two? So because not
Oh,
all research is fundamental, yeah. All
Yes,
the knowledge
remove.
that yeah. So
Can you move, Prof?
not all research, yeah. It's okay. So now we have to develop novel or new knowledge. Okay, novel and new. Which one is better to use? Novel knowledge
Novel.
or new knowledge?
noble.
Novel. Oh, okay. You are all you like bombastic work, huh? Okay. So okay. So this one become novel knowledge to develop novel knowledge. Okay. Now so you're coming to research is a scientific whatever study or process to systematic research to develop novel knowledge, and then you have all solution for a given problem and find new conclusions. Will you agree with this all solution?
And
yes, our solution, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so a given problem. And do you need this?
It's repeated, I think, because developing new knowledge, finding new
You
conclusion.
develop new knowledge
redundant.
already, so
It's
maybe
redundant.
yeah, redundant, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you solve the big one. So you have already research is something to develop novel knowledge or solution for a given problem.
But Prof, I think it should be N, solutions.
And solutions.
Because the objective of a research is to solve a problem. And while we solve the problem, we also develop novel knowledge. I mean, it's
That's
two birds with
interesting.
one
So
stone lah. Yeah,
I
two with one stone.
the another square bracket here. That means you
Yeah, because by
need to choose.
by solving the
So which
solution, you also develop new knowledge.
okay, was Nuris earlier was N. She changed to O, and now you changed now to N again. So any comments on that? Especially those who speak very little, huh?
I
Please
think all is
speak more. Yeah, go ahead.
I think all is okay. Cause sometimes we just find a new way to solve the problem. It's no yes. It's
So
makes
okay,
sense
you
to be a better way.
support all, yeah?
Yeah.
Support all, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because not
Shuang?
necessary.
Shuang?
I
Shuang,
think
go ahead.
all is okay. All is okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all is okay.
It's a choose.
Okay. So sometimes your research is only to develop novel knowledge. And full stop. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. And but sometimes your research is to provide solutions for a given problem. Is that
True.
right? When you have
Yes.
all, then that's that you mean. Okay, in that case, then we do that. So I think you're okay now, up to there. But you still have problem with the earlier part. Study process through systematic approach. Okay. How do you solve this? Anybody has strong suggestion how to do this? Scientific study or scientific process? Through systematic approach, do we need it?
Prof, may I? Nuris.
Yeah, go ahead. Nuris, yeah.
Okay, just now I checked on the definition of scientific. It's actually included. The systematic process is included. It's actually incorporated in systematic approach. So we can always say the research is a scientific study, and we can take out the process through systematic approach.
Okay, good, Norris. We come back to what I said.
You mean like that?
This is from the
Merriam-Webster. Develop novel knowledge or solution for a given problem. Is that okay?
Yes, for me it's okay.
What others? Anybody has strong views or strong opinion that we need still process and through systematic approach?
Doctor, I want to raise something.
Yeah.
Because mostly we as students, they look to the research that you have to come with the novelty, and sometimes also in the presentation we want to present, and there's examiners, they always look to it as that where is your novelty, the results. For me, it's not necessary as long as you are really discussing precise knowledge. Sometimes also they look to the negative results as you are failed. I don't think so. That's right in research. We always looking for the positive results, which means that you come with the hypothesis, then you have to confirm whatever you raise in the hypothesis, and if you get with the negative results, so then you are failed. That's I think from my view of point, that's not correct, because if you came out with the negative results and you came out with the justifications with telling the scientifics who are going to continue, oh, this way is wrong, you shouldn't go with a valid justification, it should be valid.
Okay. The thing is, you add that precise. Actually, precise is, I don't know. You need to define what you mean by precise. Why do you need a precise knowledge? It's just a knowledge. You develop knowledge. So that precise is, for me, is not necessary.
Okay.
At all, because you need to define precise. Somebody will have a different definition of precise. Okay. And then about novelty, at MPhil level, people don't ask about novelty, but at PhD, yes. You go to anywhere, people ask what's your novelty, because PhD level you need to develop something which is novel. The novel is not really ground shaking or something that like Einstein and so on. That's not novel. It's not Nobel Prize thing.
Okay.
Novel is just you develop something new, which is completely new. At MPhil and bachelor level and so on, we ask for contribution to knowledge.
Okay.
Contribution to knowledge. That means you develop a new knowledge that contribute to the knowledge database, knowledge base of humankind. But when you go to PhD, you need to have a novelty. Novelty, you mean you develop maybe a new method, a new technique, a new way of doing things. That is at PhD level. That's what is expected.
I would love to hear from you, Doctor, about the negative results, which I just say.
The negative results, yeah, it should be okay. There's no problem to have negative results. You prove, so your contribution to knowledge, okay, the new knowledge that you develop is that it's not right to do that way, or you should not do that way.
Okay.
That's a knowledge that is going to be useful for other people.
Yes.
So we should publish that if you have that. We should publish that.
Thank you, bro.
Okay. So can I say that this is finally the hard work that you did since last week until today? Okay. So congratulations to you, to all of you. Okay. Anybody wants to comment on this before I use this? After this, I'm going to copy this to put in my archive of all the previous definitions. Right?
Rob, it's me again, Noris.
Yes.
Isn't it that research is a science that we need to add documented result, because we need to put it in a thesis form, journals, publish, right? So do we need to add documented at the back of the given problem?
I don't know. Anybody wants to say on that?
I think
the definition of scientific just now. Okay.
I think knowledge is, it will be documented. Otherwise, it's wasting of time. So, scientific process. So, one of the things that it will be documented. Otherwise, if you are not sharing, I mean that if you do your own research, so you have to share it with the expertise, and through the documentation, they will look at it, and then they will say it's okay or not. So the documentation process is there. Otherwise, it's not scientific, I think.
Okay. So in the scientific method, the last step in scientific method is to communicate. Communicate means to document, or you write a thesis, or you write a paper, publications, conference, papers, and so on. It's already inside there. Okay. I think with that we can take a short break.